So, a little quick thing about Hillary Clinton. And I've been asked about, some people have written to me and asked how I feel about my politics. And you know I'm a liberal. I am not a registered Democrat. I am registered Green Party. And there's a lot to what Ralph Nader says, is that there's not much difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. But when it comes down to actual leadership, come on. George W. Bush, that leadership, it just goes without saying. He's a bum. Okay, there's so many things we could say about him. But he's a bum, and he's a terrible leader. We turned the country over to the conservatives, and look who they picked, you know, who they trotted out, and that was their man, was a supposed man of the people, a phony. And Kortmeister is telling me about like these theories about he actually has some actual brain damage, but they're hiding it from us. And there's a lot of evidence to that. I mean, that's kind of a whack, well, I'm not saying a whack conspiracy theory, but it's a conspiracy theory or a theory. But, God, but if you see the way he behaves and compared to his old, like, videotapes of him, there is a difference. So Hillary, what's his deal with her? I guess it's a non-binding vote, but it sort of gives a little bit more power for George Bush to go to war with Iran. And that's just wrong, you know. And what is it? I mean, the thing about Hillary Clinton, you know, and married to Bill, and look, the days of Bill Clinton, man, to me those are like the good old days, because things got so much worse later. And screw you all that blame everything on Bill Clinton. Just screw you. I'm sick of it. Things got worse. Things were better under Bill. I don't care what the fuck you say, okay? And I mean, 9/11, all that shit happened because the man was asleep at the wheel and had all this a different agenda and surrounds himself by a bunch of butt-kissing sycophants, and he thinks he's his own man, and he's like, you know, he wants to be dictator. And but the thing is that Bill Clinton is tied in with this network of knowing what's going on, and there's stuff that's going on in the background. That's what Americano Latino said to me and asked me about that, and I'd have to agree with you on a certain point that there is something going on that I think the Bushies and Hillary Clinton and all that, because the Dems and the Republicans both know there's something going on. Why did these Democrats back down so much on ending the war? And there's only a few good heroic Democrats that are still sticking to that. And even the candidate Bill Richardson, you know, they say, oh, all the Dems folded. No, I mean, Bill Richardson and Dennis Kucinich, no, they're for like pulling the troops out, you know, getting them out. John Edwards says that we're going to have troops there for quite a while, but he makes it pretty clear it's not about fighting. It's more or less like trying to keep more of a peacekeeping thing, but scaling down our involvement. And the Republicans, you know they want Hillary to get the nomination because that's the one that they have the biggest chance of beating down. And I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to probably catch a lot of flack, you know, with the hair thing and all that. John Edwards, if this was a horse race, if this was like you're not backing who you want, like if I were to back Ralph Nader, or for a lot of you Ron Paul fans or Dennis Kucinich fans, but it's about trying to strategically, like it's a sport, pick who would be best to go up against whoever the Republicans can come up against. My man would be either John Edwards or Bill Richardson. That's what I'd have to say. Because as much as Barack Obama, like, yay, you know, it's really cool that a man, African American, you know, has a chance at the presidency, or a woman has a chance at it. Just to say we can't risk it because we cannot have another Republican in the White House. And, you know, good luck to Ron Paul. I mean, good luck. I mean, Ron Paul, I don't dislike. There's a few of his things that I disagree with. But he's like the Dennis Kucinich on the Dem side. I mean, he doesn't have that good of a chance. And the front runners are scum. I used to like John McCain, but what the hell's up with this guy? What the hell's up with him? I used to like him. I mean, he was my favorite Republican. But, so, okay, I'm Fez Night. Don't talk about politics that much, but I haven't been posting any videos about politics. And I guess, you know, I had to do a little rant on that. And there's some of you that probably, you know, think that John Edwards is too pretty and that bit with the haircut and all that. But, and look, if Hillary gets a nomination, I'm behind her all the way. I'll have to just get behind her. But you know the Republicans, you know Rush Limbaugh, you know all the idiots, all the jerks on the conservative side want Hillary to get the nomination. And that should be something, a warning to the Dems. That aside, she is a very, very sharp person, a very sharp woman. And I really liked, I didn't get to watch the whole debate, but I heard sound bites of it, I heard clips of it. And when asked, I think it was Tim Russert, put it to her that there was a difference in policy regarding torture. Hillary Clinton's comeback to that, off the top of her head, because who knows, maybe she saw this coming, you know, she knew Tim Russert said, I'm going to ask you this question. I hope not. I hope things aren't that rigged. But there was a disagreement between her and Bill on policies of torture, and Tim Russert pointed it out to her. And her reply was something like, well, Bill Clinton isn't standing, here I am. And then he said, well, there was a disagreement, you know, between that. Bill Clinton said this. And she said, well, I'll have to talk to him about it later. It was very humorous. It was very good. And she is a tough fighter. And she's got Bill on her side, and there is a very well-oiled machine. And she would make an excellent president. But I'm just saying, if this were a fight, if this were a sporting contest, that, I'll say it again, the Republicans so want Hillary to be the one they're up against. All right, I'm getting a warning that I'm running out of tape. And this went way, way, way too long. And so anyway, the Citizenkong, really buzzed on gin and feeling much better now. Thank you. Okay, to all my new subscribers and to those loyal people that watch my program, the Citizenkong saying cheers. Good night. Have a good week. Bye.